do today is we're taking measurements of the folks as they come in. Matthew should be next. Bye, Laura. Good to see you, honey.
Good to see you too.
With Figaro, what we've decided to do is to do it in what we call an in-period style, which means that we are doing it from the period in which the opera was written. So what I do then is I go back and look at historical photos of paintings and of costuming that has survived to this day and is in museums. I also do a lot of written research as to people describing what was worn and who wore it, class structure, etc., etc. And then I go and I do sketches or costume renderings, which then go back to the director. We talk through things like the quick changes, things that have to go from person to person, and then we okay those drawings and we put them forth to become the design of the show. Do you wear glasses or contacts?
Contacts.
Contacts, okay, I couldn't remember. My name is Allison Garrigan, and I am the resident designer for the Cleveland Institute of Music's opera stages. Do you have any piercings we need to know about?
No.
Do you have any tattoos we need to cover?
No.
All right, great. Let's start at the top and work down. Why don't you step out this way just a little bit? Once all of the designs have been okayed by the director, then what has to happen next is they have to go from paper to reality. There's several steps that I go through to get there, one of which is to first find out who's cast, get the measurements of the cast, and then to go back and pick out the fabrics that are going to go into creating these particular costumes. We are doing Figaro in true period. We're doing it in the 18th century or the 1700s, during a period of time when clothing was very specific. The cut of the clothes, the quality of the fabric, the fullness of the skirts on the jackets, the sizes and textures of the wigs, even the colors and the types of fabrics used are all indicators of class structure during this period of time.
Oh, all right.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Now we're
You look
talking.
fantastic.
Now we're talking.
Okay, take a look in the mirror.
Yes.
I love a happy actor. It always makes me happy. When you're designing for opera, there are some things that you have to think about that you don't necessarily have to think about when you're designing for musical theater or, you know, what they call straight theater. Anything that impedes the neck. You have to make sure that wigs aren't too tight, because if you do anything to the resonators in the head, it becomes very difficult to sing. You can't put anything that blocks the sight of an opera singer because they have to be able to see the maestro. And you have to make sure that all of the costumes break in the right places and do not constrict in the wrong places. Well, that's kind of like it was made for you.
Nice.
That looks great.
Very nice. Okay, sleeves are a little long.
Yeah.
We'll need to pull the cuffs up. I have to pay attention to things like closures on costumes, how they're going to be corseted, if they're going to be corseted. I have to take into account the actions that are going to be done by these actors once they're in costume. And I also have to look at, in building these costumes, what kind of materials can be used that will still allow a singer to use full expansion, to still be able to move and breathe and not in any way impede their ability to do what they need to do. And then what we're going to do with your hair is we're just going to pull it back and we'll braid it.
Yeah.
And put a bow at the top and a bow at the bottom. So you really my crew here at CIM is my first hand. Her name is Deanna, who also works with the wigs and hair here. I design the wigs, she helps to implement them. And then we also have a wardrobe crew, the head of which is named Jeff. And they help Deanna with the wigs and hair. They also help get the singers dressed and do fast changes and make sure that all of the T's are crossed and all of the I's are dotted. It's a really good, tight crew. We know each other well. We work well together. And then we also have student help with that as well, so that they can sign up and help with wardrobe crew.
I'm going to try not to stab myself for this.
It's a good goal to have,
I think not stabbing oneself is always a good goal, regardless of why.
regardless of what you're doing.
Yes. I think it's extremely important for any singer, for any actor, to learn every aspect of the art in which they are taking part. I think it's important, particularly from my viewpoint, that they understand the costumes that they're going to be wearing, that they understand what goes into making them, as to why they are made the way they are and why they have to wear them the way that they do. I also think it's important because they will have a much better understanding as to how to move in the costumes if they know how they are put together. So we do also implement a full shop hour program here where they get to come in and help build the costumes as well.
Next time on The Making of Figaro.
The expressive power of recitative, that we can express with the Italian language in the same way that we can express with the English language, takes a lot of time to cultivate. So to get the students to understand the flow of the language, the expressive capability of the language, and the natural word stress of the Italian language is it's important. It's fun to do that, but it takes time.